agents buy a lot of stuff that they shouldn't. So I'm going to help you save your money and hopefully maximize your opportunity in final expense telesales. So if you're taking notes, we're going to get after it right away. First off, number one is a customer resource management tool or a CRM. When agents first start off, they're like, I really need a customer relationship management tool. I have to have a CRM. And my discussion is always, how many clients do you have right now? And they're like, zero. Well, my friends, that should be a zero that you spend money on at first. I'm not saying there's not a place for a CRM, but that's not the most important place to be putting your cash. You got to buy leads, my friends, and that is so critical. You shouldn't be using your cash flow for a CRM when you don't have clients to even manage. If you can count your clients on your fingers and your toes, that CRM goes, all right? So think about it that way. I know it sounds silly, but so many brand new insurance agents buy stuff that they don't really need. Maybe you want, but what you're going to do when you have a CRM is you're going to spend hours trying to dial it in, getting it going. And guess what? That's wasted time that you could have been on phone lines with great people that could have purchased your product. So CRMs have their place, but this is one of the number one things that insurance agents, when they first get started in the industry, place their money into the wrong little buckets. So a CRM down the road, when you've got more clients than your fingers and your toes, then go ahead and purchase one. It can be a valuable resource for sure. But right now, if you're just getting started and you don't even have 20 clients, stop right there. You can manage that in your filing drawer. All right. Don't spend your dollars here. That's kind of a later bucket. Now, number two for you insurance agents out there is a lot of times you get started and you're like, I need to get 10 to 15 states, right? Wrong, my friends. That is going to take you to the poorhouse with outbound insurance leads. And the reason that I say that is that when you first get started, a single state is going to be more impactful because with more states comes more bills because you've got to have a local presence number in all 10 to 15 states or however many you acquired. Now you got the states for maybe $1,000 or so. Now you've got no leads to even call in those states. And you've got to now, when you do, you've got to now have local presence numbers, which comes at a cost to your profitability. So when you first get started, keep things simple, my friends. One single state, you don't need a CRM so far. I hope this is saving you some money here, but one state is fine, with the exception being like New York. All right. If you live in New York, then fine. Go get a non-resident state, one, and then go get what you want and help other people solve their problems with your products. But you don't need a bunch of states for outbound. You need one when you first get started. Now, deeper into your career, if you start getting referrals out of state, then yes, go grab one here, one there, but you don't need 10 to 15. You need to be using that money. If you can spend $1,000 on non-resident states, you need to be putting that grand into leads to make a lot more paper when you sell policies. So more states is a big myth in outbound insurance work. It's just a drain on your money when those dollars could be better spent on the singular state that you're in. And then guess what? You don't even need a new phone number. You're already there. You can be powerful and you can really find a deep level of connection to your local market when you can talk about the burger stand next door. Maybe there's a swap meet down the street, an old movie theater, a drive-in. You can really be dialed into your demographic, and that's going to build connection and trust because they know that you're one of them. You're their neighbor. You're their maybe next door, okay, over the hill from them. It's a help to you to be local, to be that local guy is going to give you a lot more opportunity than calling a bunch of states that maybe you've never been in and they can smell it right through that phone line. Doesn't mean you can't be powerful in other states, but that's just something that maybe a better use of your dollar is to stay in the state that you're in at first. All right. A lot of new agents, they really buy into this myth that they need a ton of states, and it was just tanking their opportunity to buy leads. And that can hurt you when 90+% of the agent force fails. And I don't want that to ever be you. All right. So states, there you go. CRM, there you go. Hope this is saving your money. And we're going to dive into two more things that are going to really tune you up. And we do recruit agents like yourself nationally and agencies to sell life insurance, Medicare insurance, and annuities face to face, but more importantly, in the telespace. So we appreciate you watching the channel, and always free resources at jasonfinalexpense.com for your taking, no matter what work family you align with currently. But the next thing we're going to dive into is training. Training is something that is so critical, and some agents really don't invest into training. And what you're going to find is the most painful teacher is what takes place on the business end of that phone call when they rebuttal and object to you, right? Because the clients, let me tell you, they can object and rebuttal at you, and it is not fun. It's the most painful teacher when you're not getting profitability, calling the most exclusive final expense lead on the planet. It's very painful. So you've got to take the time to train with warriors, train with an agency, train with powerful people like what we do here at jasonfinalexpense.com so that you can focus on your scripting, focus on the objections that are going to come at you, focus on smooth rebuttaling so that you sound not perfect, but very polished, and you don't have this like aggressive way about you, no pushy salesman. You've got to put in the practice so that when you get on that field, you can play just like in football. And you've got to roll the tape back sometimes. Go, okay, this came out of me and I didn't really like it. How can I maybe do this just a little better? Doesn't mean you're bad right now, but don't just get on a lead and just go like you're John Wayne. It'll get you hurt. The most painful teacher is what takes place on the other end of a phone call when you don't prepare, when you don't practice your script a little bit, when you don't really go over your rebuttals and your processes. The client can really feel you on that phone. They know if you're confident and competent, or if maybe you sound like the new guy because you didn't put in the time to train. So training is something that some agents just don't really put much time into, and then you probably won't get much out of this business. And I've been in this business over 20 plus years, 2+ decades, and I've been able to train hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of agents nationally to sell life insurance and Medicare insurance and a ton of annuities, millions. But this is one of those things where you've got to take the business seriously, because when 90% of the agent force fails, we can't fail to train on the weekly. Gravity strikes us all. And what'll take place if we don't just practice and drill and rehearse, we're really just walking ourselves backwards without even knowing it. There's no reverse, really, in this industry. You're going to slide backwards even if you didn't put it in gear. It's one direction. You're either moving forward or you're creeping back. There's no parking brake. You can't just slap it in the other direction. You've got to be diligent about training and drilling and rehearsing so that you can drive that vehicle forward. In this business, number 4 for you is it doesn't get scary unless you stop. And I'm talking about stopping your momentum of calling, maybe one or two more calls today, your momentum of buying a couple more leads, and really making it about slowing down with your script and with your prospect. It's powerful. Speed is your enemy. Being slow, being that strength that they need, being one that can really fulfill their needs and help them, like fulfilling an order. You're so powerful, but we've got to not go too fast so that they can understand that you're there for them, not there for yourself. So leads are not just sales. Can they result in sales? Absolutely. But if you want to have a painful lesson, look at a lead like it's a sale. Go too fast, take shortcuts. The moment that they ask you what this is going to cost, immediately spit prices out of your mouth, and you're going to find you're losing money faster than you ever thought possible. So slow down is my recommendation to you. Get your leads, never stop. The business only gets scary when you stop having the ability to purchase leads and you stop calling the leads. Action will fix your problems in this industry, my friends. And so many insurance agents waste too much money on things they don't need, like buying a CRM when you don't have even 10 or 20 clients. You can count your clients on your fingers and your toes. Don't be spending money on a CRM right now. Down the road, yes. Right now, no. And you don't need more states to make more money. You need the one state that you have, and you need to double down into the leads with the dollars that you have currently, because you don't get a second chance at times. You've got one war chest, and when that money's gone, you know what? We may be gone too if we don't use that money in the right places. And then train like your career depends on it, because it does. Then it's going to be a little less painful when you're pushing those buttons, going outbound, taking care of great people, and then buy a lot of leads, and then have a lot of confidence in you. Slow down and really connect to the heart of your consumer, because you are that help they desperately need. And I hope this video helped you today. Hope it helped you save some money and know that you can put that smile on and take care of great people. I hope you're a success story, my friends. Thank you for subscribing. Hit the notification bell. We're going to release some other content for you very quickly that you're going to like. And up above, click on this video. There's one that talks about how you can keep more of your business on the books with Social Security billing. I hope it's a blessing to you. Have a great day, my friends. Remember, you've got what it takes. We'll see you soon.